Great. All right. So today we're going to talk about prospection, but we are team gratitude. So I want to start off with what we're grateful for. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm grateful for the opportunity to belong to such a great community, to have found trading or marketing my business to kind of give me some type of freedom that I didn't have before, open my eyes, my mind to be connected with amazing people like you guys. So that's what I'm happy and grateful for. And I would like for a couple of you guys to share something you're happy and grateful for. So who's volunteered? Let me know.
You want us to raise our hands or you want to just come out?
Go for it.
Okay.
Two
Well,
of
since
you.
I started Team Gratitude, I guess I'll be first as far as that goes. Grateful for the trading journey that we're all on, and helping a ton of people. The success that we're seeing on the team is unlike anything I've ever seen before in the 9 years, almost 9 years of doing this. So, and also the people, right? Like you guys, I'm grateful that I'm able, like Ricardo just said, able to be part of a family and part of a community that isn't just hype and BS. It's actually people helping people, and that's what we do every single day. So very grateful for that. Obviously, my wife, my family, my faith, all that stuff as well, of course. But it relates to this. Really grateful for you guys, especially those of you who are taking the time to be on this training today and actually go through it, whether you're watching on a recording or live. Appreciate you without a doubt.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Appreciate you, man, for everything you do. It means a lot. And thanks for everything. Thank you for you as well. Do we have one more person? One more person who wants to share, and then we get it going.
I'll share. As far as this kind of side of my world goes, I'm just thankful that I found like other people who also want to do more and have more from life, and that they're willing to stand by and help each other and share those experiences that will help the rest of us. So I feel blessed that I found everybody here and that you guys have all been supportive to everybody. So thankful for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. I love your background, by the way. That's awesome.
Thanks.
All right, great. So I want to go ahead and start and get this started. I'm going to share with you guys some slides that I created, and please let me know when you can see my screen so I can start this presentation of what we're gonna do today is the following. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna talk to you about how to increase your enrollments on social media, but I'm also gonna give you some room for interaction. We're gonna role play as well, so get ready and also bring your questions and share with me so that I can help you, give you some feedback, and we can help each other to increase our community and to get better through our skill sets. All right. So increasing your enrollments on social media. This is really important because that's what we do. We always are in on Facebook. We're posting. We're connecting with people. And I know that we can do better. We can increase. We can take more advantage of what we're currently doing. So congrats on being here because uh, it, you guys are putting in the work. All right. So today's gonna be interactive. I want you to think about what's stopping you or slowing you down. If you have questions, like I said, have them ready for you to ask me. And if you take this seriously, if you apply it, then you will see results. I can guarantee you when, but if you do it for an extended period of time, it's inevitable that you consistently doing the same activities that are proven, you're going to see results. Now, that's what we're going to talk about today. So, I want you to know, um, because of what we do and when we show people the information, when we connect people with the material that we have, getting people to actually see your presentation sometimes can be a challenge, and that comes with inviting. Put a number one in the chat if you struggle a little bit with getting people to actually see the information that you have. Let me know. Let me see the chat. All right. Okay. So we're gonna solve that today, and I'm gonna tell you guys how and why. All right. So over here, we have to, when we do business, period, any type of business, everything is about building relationships. Everything is about conversations. So I want you to, when it comes to prospecting, when it comes to reaching out to other people, I would like for you to forget about the business and start just making friends on social media. Remember, it's social media for a reason. People communicate nowadays more on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and different places than they actually do out there in person. People are on their phones all the time, so that's where we are building relationships, and that's also a great use of technology to connect with people who are like-minded. So when you come to prospect, just forget about throwing the business out there. Don't even think about the business. Just connect with somebody. When you make a connection, it's much easier to just show that person eventually the information. I'm gonna give you guys a few tips. Now, we talked about how it's all about building relationships, and that all starts with the conversations. So, how do I start conversations? So, where do I find people to start conversations with? There's plenty of places you guys know very well. You guys use this a lot, so you guys are doing a great job already. But I wanted to list some of them, some of the opportunities that we have, like suggest a friend list. Hey, you have these friends in common, and then Facebook suggests people to you that live in your city, that you have friends in common with, or people who have the same interests. So all that those all those suggestions that Facebook gives you, then you can use it to connect with people, add them, and so on, right? You can go into groups of your interests. You can go into trading groups, business groups, entrepreneurship, personal growth. You can read the comments that people put on other people's posts, other groups' posts, and then comment and friend and message those people who are commenting on the things that you have interest and in common as well. I already mentioned the location. If somebody's in your city, you probably have something in common. Okay, so take all these little things to start looking for connection points with people. Ads that pop up on your feed, those are really good because when it comes to say trading and people are commenting on an ad that's advertising trading, then that's somebody who's interested. Obviously, the positive comments, right? That's the type of person you want to connect, and you can add those people to your list, right? It's always about, you remember, it's network marketing. You're creating a network and then you market to that network. You are building and creating. So the larger your network, the more value you're going to have, the more opportunity, the larger your net worth is going to be. So, question for you guys is, who has your ideal customer as an audience? Like, there's always people on the internet that have a large following who engage with them that are your typical or your ideal customer, business partner, or even prospect. So, who is that person? My invitation for you is to write down persons, groups, people, influencers who already have the engagement from the people who would be potentially interested in trading and building our business with us and learning the skill sets that we handle over here. Okay, so keep those points in mind because that's going to give you a lot of value to add what I'm going to show you, which is find, add a message. So you look for profiles that you like in those areas that I was showing over here. You gotta find profiles and people that you like, and you would like in your team, right? So you're gonna add them. And important, it gets awkward because we don't tell them why we added them. And when we send a message, then that message tends to be a little bit weird, right? They reply, "Who are you? How do you find me? Why are you messaging me?" Have you guys had that before? Put a number two in the chat if that's something that you've had before, or if that's something that happens to you on on the daily sometimes, right? Let me see. Uh, all right. Nope, never. Wink face. Melissa number two. All right. Yeah, it's like, who are you? Get the hell out of my feed, right? Sometimes you get those things. So I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna join from my phone so that I can show you an example of something that I use. Because I'm gonna tell you first, if I'm gonna add Jason, who's the one who commented last, I'm gonna add Jason because I like his profile. Okay. I'm gonna add him. Friend request. and I'm gonna obviously I did the first step. I found him. I'm gonna add him, and now I'm gonna tell him who I am and why I found him. And I'm gonna tell him something like this. Jason, I'd love to post or the comment that you put on the post about trading and the smart money. Have you traded before? Right? So I added you because you're a trader, I'm a trader. How are you? Okay. I saw you at this person's post. I saw you at my friends, suggested friends list. I saw a comment of you. I saw this post that you made. I really liked what you posted. So I decided to connect with you. How are you doing today? Do you see how that smooths things out? You see how that gives you a starting conversation that you can take on to potentially showing that presentation to that person. But I'm not keeping in mind my business. I'm prospecting, yes, but I'm making genuine connections with the person. I'm adding that person to my list. I'm making a relation, building a relationship with that person, and that's gonna lead me to to eventually have that awkwardness, remove it right away, and eventually, get into presenting the business, right? So when you when you're talking to somebody, the best way for you to mention what you do is asking the other person, what do you do? Right? If I ask Jason, if I ask Melissa, if I ask Tommy, any of you guys, what do you do? You're gonna tell me what you do. That person's gonna tell you what they do. I'm an architect, I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm this and this and that, I'm whatever it is. What's natural after that is that they ask you what you do. So they're gonna ask you, what do you do? I'm a trader. All right. Oh wow, that sounds interesting. And then that way, you're already talking about what he does, what you do. You already built some rapport as well. And now it's way easier because if that person is interested in it, it's way easier to say to that person, hey, yeah, it's pretty cool. If you want to check it out, I can send you some information. Right? So that let me know if that's making sense. I know I'm going fast because I want to leave some space for you guys to ask questions for us and interact. Is it making sense so far? Let me know. Put a 3 in the chat if it's making sense, please, so that I can keep on going. All right. Perfect. Great. All right. Awesome. Nice. Right. Bonus. Everybody who sends you a friend request, message them. The money's made in the messenger. Okay. The money's made during the conversations when you build rapport with that person, even before you invite, before you bring up the opportunity, before you bring up your product, your service, you want to think like the person who is gonna buy from you. You want to think like like the prospect. And a good question for you to ask yourself is, would I would I respond to this message I'm sending this person if I received it? A lot of times the answer is no, right? So if I wouldn't reply to text that I'm sending, why would I send that message? But I would reply to somebody telling me, giving me a compliment or saying where they found me, right? So that's what we want to get from in here. Now, another reason why it's hard and it's awkward to get people to connect and watch the information is because we're not qualifying. We need to qualify the person before giving information, right? Some prospects uh, are not really prospects, so we got to clarify what a prospect is. And a prospect is somebody who is really interested into what it is that you are doing or offering. Some people are prospects, some people are just curious about what you're doing. The curious people make you waste your time, and a well-qualified prospect will eventually join your business. So that's great to keep in mind. A well-qualified prospect is a person that eventually will join. Some people just want to know and ask just because, right? And those are a waste of time. So when you qualify the person, that's when right there and then, that's when you already know if it's going to be somebody who's curious and waste your time or somebody who is going to be a prospect and a potential either business partner or customer or client or somebody who joins the community. Okay, so that so far is what we do as in qualifying. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to qualify the person. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I do and what I've applied from throughout my 6 years of experience and enrolling more than 200 personal enrollments in my network marketing career. Okay, so awesome. Now, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna read the chat. Jason says, "Hey Mary, I see that we're both in a trading space. What's your favorite asset to trade?" That's a great question. See, you build connection. You are starting a conversation. So thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Awesome. Now, let's do something. Do you ever get ghosted? Do you guys get ghosted after you are talking to somebody and you either mention the opportunity, you mention that you're gonna give them the information, or after the person saw the information? Who has that problem, constantly, usually, regularly? Who's had it before? Do you ever get ghosted? Who gets that problem, right? Who gets ghosted? I'm gonna show you how to avoid it. If you're not getting ghosted, you're not working hard enough, correct? I've had that, yeah, been ghosted many times. Yeah, we all have. All right, we all have. We can absolutely decrease the number of ghosts on our feed and profile because we need to find the uh, ideal prospects. Okay, so let's role play some. I'm gonna show you how to qualify, but I want to do it with somebody. So who is willing um, to hop on and role play as I qualify you? I'm gonna act like I'm adding you. Already added you. I'm gonna act like I'm going to show you how to do this. So somebody who wants to, let me open here my images over here. Awesome. Who wants to be part of this? Let me know. Let me know. Or just open the microphone.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
I was waiting to see if Melissa or maybe Linda would do it.
All right. Okay, Melissa. So what we're gonna do here, everybody, all right, this is role play. So let's pretend that I already contacted Melissa. Let's say I found you, Melissa, in a trading group and you're interested in trading. I do trading and I'm part of the team. You're still not part of the team. You're my prospect. Potentially, this is where I qualify somebody, okay? So now that I have you on my DMs, on my conversations, the first thing that I'm gonna do is I need to find out why you're interested in trading, why you're interested in my business, my opportunity, whatever it is. So say you're interested in trading. I tell you, what we're doing, and you said, okay, yes. So I'm gonna ask you, so what's the reason that you want to learn how to trade, Melissa?
Well, I'm just tired of not being able to afford stuff everywhere I go, and I'm working all the time, and I have no free time on my hands. I've got to figure out something else to do.
Oh wow, yeah, that sounds a little bit rough, and I'm glad you're looking for opportunities to make that happen. And what would you do if you had that free time that you're looking for?
I'm not sure because I never have it, but I know it would be doing more with my family, traveling or something. I've just never had that ability to do anything like that. I'm working nonstop,
Well,
12
sounds
hours a
great.
day.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds great. Travel the world with your family, probably enjoy them a little bit more instead of having to work a 9 to 5, maybe for a long time. That's something that really, really, and I'm gonna make a parenthesis here. That's something that's gonna move. I already know what moves Melissa. So why do I do that? Because I know that when I give the information, I'm not just gonna send the video or invite to a Zoom call. What I'm gonna tell Melissa is that's awesome. I mean, that's a great dream. That's a great goal. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. The information that I'm gonna send you I was just like you. I wanted to achieve more. I wanted to accomplish more goals. I wanted to have some freedom. I wanted to travel the world. The video I'm gonna send you is what I saw 6 years ago and gave me the opportunity through learning some skills to change my life. So I want you to take a look at it. But pay close attention because this can mean a lot to you. Okay, this can help you make these things happen. So when I do that, when I say that, I'm having posture on my business. I'm not giving the information away. I'm only gonna send her the information when she commits and she agrees with them with me that the opportunity is for a prospect what they're looking for. So I'm sending the information, not I like trading. Oh, here, learn. No, it's what do you want to achieve through trading? Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing? Right? She wants trading because she wants something else through trading. Right? So I'm gonna go to that something else. That's why I need to find it. And later on, when it comes to closing, I want you to remember this, the why. I mean, what's your reason? So she wants to travel the world. So I'm gonna send you something, Melissa, that if you take it seriously, as I took 6 years ago when I found it, you can potentially change your reality and start spending more time with your family and eventually get to travel with them, right? Would that be something you would be willing to check out?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can at least watch it.
All right, awesome. So let's do something. I'm gonna send you a short clip. I want you to pay close attention to it. And keep in mind, this is an opportunity for you potentially to achieve that. I've done it before. We have a huge community of people who have done it before. And if you like it, let me know so that we can continue on and move to the next stage. All right. And then I send the video because now she is interested because I can relate to them. So we have to be relatable. All right. Telling the story, telling my story, giving you my story, sharing my story with your prospects. That's going to move a lot of things. All right. It's going to amplify that connection. So I'm going to send Melissa the video and I'll have a qualified prospect because that's somebody who's wanting something through trading and it's not seeing a course, it's seeing beyond that, it's seeing her result in this case. All right, so that's why I wrote down there the opportunity must be the vehicle for them to achieve, obviously, potentially, right, the result that they want. But we all know that's possible. I don't overpromise. I just tell my story. I say, if you stay consistent with this, you can achieve it. So watch carefully, pay attention. That's somebody who most likely is going to show up and watch the video, and then we can reconnect. All right. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's where I send the video. So now, invite properly. Okay, this is a proper invitation. What I did with Melissa right there was I edified the information. As I told you what's in the what's in the video. It's the vehicle that I took. It allowed me to do what you are wanting to do right now. If I knew, by the way, if I'm new, if I haven't achieved the freedom of traveling, quitting my job and all that, I can tell her, hey, I'm utilizing a vehicle that I know that if I work hard at it, it's gonna take me there, right? So it applies for everybody. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be anything. It's either I'm gonna help you get to where I'm at, or we're gonna go there together, all right? Have something, and I'm following, the right people, and I'm following great professionals in the area, right? So I edify the information. There's something over here. I show them the exit, okay? What does that mean? Showing somebody the exit means that if I have you enter a conversation, a video, or something, you're gonna feel trapped, okay? Because you feel like, and this is why people don't buy or don't even connect. People don't connect when they feel like they have to buy something, do something, or sell something. When you contact somebody and you bring them an opportunity or a product or a service, if they feel like they have to do any of those three things, they don't make that commitment. So I go to you, Melissa, and I tell you, hey, I have this. I edify it. I'm not gonna do it again. I have this. I send it to you, and I'm gonna send it to you so you can watch it. And in the future, whenever you feel like this is right for you, you can come back to me and I can help you do what I already mentioned. All right. I'm showing you there's a door to enter, there's another door to get out. You are now feeling free that you can get in, get the information, leave, and you don't have the obligation of buying, selling, or doing anything that you don't want to do. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Because that point is really, really important. If you show the exit, people stay. It's weird, but it's how it works, right? You show them the exit, they will stay. Okay, let me read the chat real quick. It's a couple things here. All right. The overview video that Michael, Jason, and Dave did. Yes, that video, Zoom call, a one-to-one presentation that invite somebody on Starbucks. Like I do a lot of one-to-ones on Zoom, and it works great because what I do is I tell them, hey, so the information that I'm going to share with you is really important. I tell my story, and then I, I invite that person to connect with me, and I don't need them. They need me. They need my information. It's like Jason just put in the chat. And that's what I mean by posture. If you have the posture, you own your business, you're a CEO, people are applying to work for you and your company. Now you qualify them and then you hire whoever you feel like hiring. That's a completely different perspective than just asking for somebody to join your business. Okay, so that's important. If the moment you start understanding your prospect, that's the moment you start selling, that you start recruiting, you start bringing people on board. If you think like a buyer, then you will sell more, much more. Okay, if you show the exit, you relieve the pressure, people lower their guard. Okay, and then they open up, they relax, they watch the information with completely different point of view, just knowing that they can just learn something, they don't have to buy anything. But when you are free that way and people actually enjoy the information, they come back and buy because they want to buy from you, not because you're pushing them to. Okay. And that's when you make agreements. You make an agreement so you confirm the appointments. Agreement would be okay, Melissa. So if I send you this video right now, and the video is, I don't know, 30 minutes. If I send you this video right now, and I call you in 45 minutes, would you be able to talk then? Yes. If she says yes, I'll send her a video. If not, I'll find a time when she's gonna be available for sure, and then I will send her a video so that we can talk right after, so she can ask questions and whatnot, and we can come to the closing part of the presentation or the process. All right. When it says confirm appointments, is if you have a Zoom call, you want to confirm the appointment. You want to make sure that the person shows up. How do you make sure the person shows up? If I'm doing a webinar, if I'm doing a Zoom call, and if I'm doing um, I don't know, a one-to-one in person, because you don't want to drive to a Starbucks and be there by yourself because a person didn't feel like showing up, right? So if I build up the value of it and I do something like this is gonna be gold. I think you guys are gonna like this. So let's have say I invited Jason to Starbucks tomorrow, okay? And we're gonna have a one-on-one face-to-face. And so I'm gonna send Jason a voice note or a call today. But the voice note would ideally say something like that. Hey, Jason, super excited to meet with you tomorrow. Just so you know, I did some research. I have some slides that I made for you. I can wait for you and I to meet up tomorrow because I'm gonna show you everything that I put together for you, your benefits, some options, some ideas. So looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Okay? So what I did there is I showed that I took my time, I did some research, I put something together for him specifically. So that makes him want to go. It's like, oh, this guy took his time to do this for me. I can ghost this guy. So that person is more likely to show up now than if I just set up an appointment with him. Okay. What happens if that person doesn't reply? If I don't hear a reply the next day in the morning, say 9 a.m., and we're supposed to meet up at 2 p.m., I'm gonna tell Jason, I'm gonna send another voice note, and I'm gonna say, hey, Jason, real quick, I'm checking my schedule here. And out of all the appointments that I have set up for today, you're the only one who hasn't confirmed yet. Please let me know before 11 if you're gonna show up or not so that I can either see you at 2 or cancel your appointment because I have Melissa waiting from yesterday and I would like to take care of her as well. Right? So that's a powerful audio. If I don't get a reply from Jason by the time that I gave him at 12, then I'm just gonna cancel a spot and I'm gonna put somebody in there, or I'm just gonna not waste my time. So that's how you avoid being ghosted by having that posture of you running a business because you can put your business in anybody else's hands. Your business is in your hands, not in your business partners, not in your team, not in your prospect, let alone, right? So um, that's how you do it. You make sure that people show up by doing these little tweaks and little extras that add so much more value and more confirmations to the people who are there with you. Okay, so does that make sense, guys? Cool, awesome. Let me see what else do I have. Okay, that's it. Now let's do something because I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to address your questions. I wanted to also, if we get to do a little bit of role play, that would be great. Let me see if you guys have any questions. You guys have any questions that you can put in the chat or just speak them out however you want to. Either way would be fine. Makes sense. Great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What else? Anybody? Great info. All right.
Can I just
Great.
ask, because my typing was slow?
Yeah.
Um, do you, after you've qualified somebody as a prospect, do you have just like one standard video that you send to everybody, or do you? I found one trouble that I have is like I try to target towards the person, but then I'm trying to make a bunch of videos and stuff. And so do you just have kind of like one core video that you send those that you've qualified? And also on that, if once they do, if they agree to a one-on-one Zoom, when you
Mhm.
have that time, I think a problem I have is trying to figure out what do I show them in that time, because I feel like I start showing too much, but then I wonder if I don't show too much. So I kind of get stuck with that too and what to go around the presentation.
Yeah. So good question. And I do all of them, right? I have a few videos where I have a presentation that I recorded. Jason, David, and Michael made a great video as well, webinar showing the presentation, which is a lot of us use that as well. So that's the one that I send to people. And when I do one-on-ones, I do with the prospect that I consider a high level prospect. Okay. I do the one-on-ones. And if not, I do Zooms for, say, I don't know, 10, 20 people, 15 people, five people that request that information and I cite them together and I do kind of like a little lunch and I keep launching my business. So those three are my tactics that I utilize depending on the person that I connect with. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, just one follow up. The video that you said Michael and Jason and Dave did, is that like the older one that was the full overview, or the one that's broken down into three different ones and you're sending all three, or one of those?
It's the overview that I
Okay.
do. But if the person wants to know about the scanner, say you you talk to somebody about the scanner, for example, and then you talked about the Sniper Pro, and they want to know about the Sniper Pro, then you send out that video about the Sniper Pro. And I think that's more of a follow-up tool
Okay.
before the initial presentation, which is when you connect with the person, you send them the video that Jason, Michael, and Dave made. That's a great video as well. So you can set that video out. and as an initial exposure, or you can do one-on-ones. If you feel like you're doing too much on one-on-ones, then that's when the why of that person kicks in. That's when, because Jifu is a great platform. It's a long broad of, different sources of income and stuff like that. So what you have to show is ask questions and find out what the person wants to or needs to hear, right? So keep it simple. Just show the basics. Hey, this is how we learn. This is how we start. This is the educators. This is the live analysis. This is the scanners, and this is how we apply it. Okay, and just keep it short.
I remember when you're doing these, these meetups, or even when you're talking to somebody on Zoom or on the phone or whatever, or even on Messenger, people are always asking the same question. They're always tuned in. I learned this way back in the day when I first started decades ago. They're always tuned into the same radio station. It's called WIIFM. Anybody know what that is?
What's
What's
in
in
it
it for
for
me?
me?
Bingo. What's in it for me? They're always asking that question. Like they don't care what you're getting a commission or whatever else. They want to know, can you solve their problem? That's the issue. That's why asking those questions that Ricardo was talking about before is so vital. That you have to know the person that you're speaking with and what's their pain point, what is their issue that they're trying to overcome to be able to have that solution, and that's what you're trying to help them out with. So awesome! I'm glad you guys knew that as well.
Yep. Yeah. So that's a good question. And it's always good to have clarity on what you're gonna do, because if you're putting out content, which you are all the time, you guys are doing a great job at keeping consistency into the posting and making content, but you have to know what you're gonna do when people start replying to you, because you're going to attract people, but you have to reach out to people as well. Those people are going to check out your profile and are going to ask for info. So always have in mind what it is you want to offer and what you're going to give them as a piece of information. So always be ready, and always be ready to, after the presentation, what do? We close then. Okay, we need to close. And is one of the best tips that I've learned and I've utilized. Is we often, how many times have you guys heard the saying of, when the person's done watching the video, what do you like best? You guys heard that question before, right? What do you like best about everything you just saw? I I'm not a big fan of that question, because I don't want to close on the product, on the service. I want to close on that person's why. All right. Let me explain myself. Melissa told me she wanted to travel with her family. She wanted more time to spend time with them. So when I invited her, I showed her the tool that could potentially make that happen for her if she works hard. When she finishes watching the video, when you finish, my presentation one-on-one with me, I'm not gonna ask you what you're, if you like trading or network marketing. No, I'm gonna close this way. So, Melissa, I'm glad you got to see all the information. After watching what I sent you, or after what you just saw, do you see an opportunity right here for you to make it happen so that you can potentially create more extra time to enjoy time with your family and then eventually travel the world through this vehicle, right? Do you see an opportunity to insert Melissa's why? Melissa's dream? Do you see an opportunity through this vehicle to achieve X, right? So that is super powerful, because that takes away from the price, from the product that they don't understand yet, the service, from everything they saw, and it brings it to what they want to accomplish in their life, right? So that's a very powerful close. Wouldn't you be more likely to say yes to that, Melissa, than I like trading, I like to purchase a course? Yeah, exactly. And that's what we close on the why. So don't close on the product, on the service, close on the person's why, close on the person's reasons and motivations. Okay. And another tip that I have for you guys about the don'ts when it comes to closing is never follow up on the wrong objection. Okay? If you follow up on the wrong objection, and this is why we have to make questions. This is what we have to ask questions, sorry. Because if I follow up on the wrong objection, let's say we have Darren in here. So I contact Darren, right? And then he tells me that he's not gonna join because he doesn't have the money, right? Which we all know is 99% of times is a lie, right? It's just a couple $100. So Darren tells me he doesn't have the money. And I say, okay, well, either let me know when you have the money. I'm not gonna let him, but anyway, let me know when you have the money. I'm done. Because if I start following up, hey, have you have the money yet? When do you get paid? And the guy told me he doesn't like the money because he didn't understand what I was saying, or because real objection is he's scared of not knowing when I can show him how to learn, right? He's scared he can't do it. He's probably his objections he didn't like it, or he didn't like what he saw, or he thought something different, right? So that's why I have to ask questions. I don't have the money. So how do we deal with objections? Does that make sense? Like you don't want to follow up in something like he's got the money in this pocket, and I'm asking, do you have the money? You have the money? You have the money? He said, no, yet, not yet, not yet, because I'm not tackling the real concern that he has. So he's shying away from me, and I'm becoming annoying because I'm following up on the wrong objection. So I keep asking questions. How do I find the real objection? Let's see. Let's use you, Jason. So you give me the money objection, okay? And so Jason, yeah, okay. Just tell me you don't have the money.
I don't have the money.
All right, cool. Hey, no worries at all. I've been there, and it's true story. Don't say you were broke if you weren't, all right? I didn't have the money either. I borrowed it. Okay, I had just lost my job, by the way. I was pretty broke. My uncle helped me and I joined. That's my beginning. So I'm gonna say no worries at all in my case because I didn't have it. I didn't have it either. If I didn't have it, no worries at all. Hey, that happens. I totally get you. Let's do something. Don't worry about the money. Money will, it's not a big problem. In the meantime, while you work on finding capital, while you work on getting the money, what's something you want me to put together in an email or a short video that I can send to you? Maybe something that wasn't really clear, something that you're still hesitating about, and you would like to know more.
How can a beginner do this?
How can I
And
begin?
not, yeah, and not, lose all my money trading.
Okay, there you go. See, objection moved. So it went from I don't have the money to I'm afraid to lose all my money,
The little
right?
that I have.
So the real objection, the real insecurity or uncertainty that Jason had in this example is that he doesn't know if he can do it or not. He's scared of losing the money that he's gonna come up with because I'm not saying he's lying to me. I'm just saying that's the easiest excuse, time and money, to not tell you no because of other reason that you could potentially solve if you knew what the reason was. Okay? Now I have the reason. Now I know what he doesn't want to do it is because I'm a beginner and I don't know if I can do it. Therefore, I'm afraid to lose the money. Now I know the truth. And I can say, oh, I'm glad you told me that. Let's do something. Instead of me sending you an email about that and giving you a boring read or some video, why don't I go ahead and show you how you can learn from the beginning? And I open up the platform and show him fast start. Number one, video number two, video number three. And I can open and see and show him how it's a 3 minute long video that teaches you from the beginning, from knowing absolutely nothing. So he has clarity on how he's going to learn. And I can tell him my story. I didn't know anything at all. All these people in our community, everybody started from zero. Right? And now we're having success. You can be the next success story. How would you like being our next success story? So you can learn the skill, all right? And then don't lose your money while you practice on a demo account until you're comfortable enough to put the as much money as you want on your own account that you're going to control yourself. Would you feel better about that?
Sounds good.
Great. Sounds like you're ready to get started. So
I found the money now.
awesome. Money's there, right?
And Ricardo's right. The money's never really the issue. I mean, people don't like to be sold. They say what they say is they like to buy things, and that's just it's just they have the like Ricardo said the time and the money is the easiest thing. And one of the other things that you can have like maybe like a framework when you are talking with somebody that I've used a lot in my career is the feel felt found scenario where if someone has an objection, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, and this is what I found. Kind of what this Ricardo just did is that I understand how you feel that you're afraid of losing all your money, or you're afraid of you're a beginner and you're not going to know what to do. I felt the same way when I came in here. I tell people I didn't know a pip from a pop. I didn't know anything from anything. I never traded a day in my life. And when I did trade, it was in penny stocks, and I lost my butt before all this stuff. And this is what I found. What I found was that we have a community of over 6,500 people doing this for almost 9 years, blah, 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 and showing the back office and all that stuff, like Ricardo just said. So awesome information as well, brother.
Yeah, no, great stuff. And thank you for volunteering to be my objection giver. And that applies to all kinds of objections, guys. It's just, you're gonna get a lot of, I gotta talk to my wife, I gotta, all those things. If you guys want, we can do some more. Um, or we can do another training on all objections if you guys want to. I'm willing to do that as well because there's a bunch, but they all come down to the same thing. It's not having clarity on something in specific about what you shared. So you got to find that something. The money is made in the follow-up, but the money is made in the continuous follow-ups. And the money is also made on the attempts of closing on the first exposure. That's something that I learned as well. If I just let Jason tell me he doesn't have the money, he's gonna find it. He's telling me no without saying no. He doesn't want to make me feel bad, therefore he doesn't say no. He just ghosts me or he just goes away. Why? Because money's an excuse. It's always time and money, the most common ones. None of them are true. We all know that because we're in the community. You know how long it takes to take a trade in the scanner. And we know the money is not an issue. Like if you don't have $300, I mean, for you, like you really. And on that hand, I enroll people very constantly. A lot of them in Latin America, where $300 is more than the minimum wage. They find the money, they get the hunger. So it's not about that. It's just you gotta wake up the prospect to see what you're seeing. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind. Just make the prospect. If you are excited, then that's going to be a plus for you, Melissa. If you have like another tip that I can give you as well, and for everybody else, since you asked, is if you want to show something somebody, something that I do is if you ask me, I'm prospecting you, right, and you're interested, I'm going to say, okay, awesome. Let's do something. I want you to meet my business partner, Jason. He's amazing. He has 9 years of experience trading. He's got 9 years of experience leading organizations. He's somebody who's busy, but I'm gonna try to get a few minutes of his time so that you can connect with him and get the information from him because I want you to hear what he's got to say. And then you can set up a three-way Zoom call when Jason will share the information with you. I'm putting you on the spot, Jason, but that's just that's a way to not having to do everything yourself, but leveraging what you already have inside of the community and the system, right? And you can count on me as well if you ever need, you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
anything.
A three-way call is a great way to to take the pressure off of actually both of those people. And it's also getting that affinity as well as because people buy from who they know, like, and trust. So it's bringing that to another level as well. So Yep, absolutely. Three-way calls.
Cool, guys. Well, that's it for me. Just wanted to, kind of give you the first steps on how to properly get to 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 more enrollments, because if you apply the little things and the cool things, we have everything recorded so you can review it, you can pause it, you can catch the little phrases and stuff like that that I said, and start reaching out to people. Reach out to people because the content you create is not for people to just randomly show up. It's because of when you reach out to somebody, that person that you added, that stranger, is gonna go check you out. Who is this person? Let me see his or her profile. If they see what you're all about and it makes sense with what you said you were doing, they're gonna be like, okay, this is a real person. Wow, look at her posting this, look at him posting that. And then that way, you validate the reach out. You elevate your level of authority on the field of expertise that you have, and that's a validation for the person to actually go ahead and show up to your meetings, to your opportunity calls, and whatever it is that you are showing.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. One of the things that before Ricardo fully wraps up here, one of the things that I love what Ricardo does is he's a great tracker. So he tracks what he does. He tracks the engagements that he has. He tracks the friends that he adds. He tracks his presentations, how many signups, all that stuff. Maybe after we get done with this, Ricardo, you can put that in the in the chat group as far as
Yeah.
that goes. Once again, I know you shared it before, but I think tracking because again, you can't really gauge how you're doing unless you're tracking, kind of like in trading, right? If you're not doing a journal and you're not looking through that and seeing how you're doing, that doesn't you're going to be able to get a lot farther if you know what your numbers are, you know what you're tracking. How many presentations does it take to get a enrollment? How many people does it take to have the engagements with to be able to have a sign up or a presentation? So anyway, long story short, I love how you do that, brother, as well. So maybe you can share that in the chat group just as a little addendum to this session. And great job
Yeah.
as always. The information that you bring again is very very appreciated, and make sure that everyone. I know that everyone is grateful that you're doing this here for us. So, and again, it's just about going out and doing the do. You have to make new friends. You gotta obviously people know that you are here to help them because guys, as we go through these next and what people are saying may be a pretty substantial financial downturn in this next year, people are going to be looking. People are going to be looking for you. The question is, are you going to be out there? Are you going to be out there putting stuff on your social media? Are you going to be out there? I know I'm preaching to the choir, people that are obviously here live. And even if you're watching on the recording, right? Are you out there showing them that you are a solution to what their issue is? So awesome stuff, brother. I appreciate
Yeah.
you doing this here today.
For sure, man. No, it's my pleasure. And anything you guys need, I'm always here for you. And just like Jason was saying, and this is something that I take very seriously, is have some pride on what you're doing. You're not working for free by posting and creating and building. And if you don't reach out to people, people are gonna they won't see your stuff, right? They will see your things. So if you're posting every single day, you're working hard, you're coming up with ideas, you are showing, you are showcasing, you're taking your time to make a great profile on Facebook. Don't just keep it to yourself. Reach out to people, show people, and have this validation for when you reach out, then they're like, wow, she texted me. Wow, he messaged me. That creates an impact, right? And I told you guys I was going to show you something like a real life type of thing. And let me share this with you because I want you to see how it works. Please let me know. Can you guys see my screen on my phone? Hopefully,
Yeah, you good.
but okay, awesome. All right, so here, this is if you guys want to take a screenshot of this, so we can go fast. This is something that I use for prospecting, right? So I live in Kansas City. I go to suggested friends, and then I see we have friends in common, people in the same place. So my message to this guy, whose name is Jaden, is, "Hey Jaden, you came up on my suggested friends list, and we have some friends in common. Nice to connect with you. Are you from here as well? So that's not, hey, you want to trade? I'm selling trading. No, it's just connecting with that person. So I send that message. Some people are gonna ignore it. Some people are gonna reply. Some people are gonna tell you yes or whatever. It said, yes, sir. Nice to meet you. Nice to connect as well. So I told him I'm from Venezuela. I've been here 8 years. I told him, hey, I see you in real estate. That's probably why we have so many friends in common. I said, for sure, that's awesome. Are you as well? And then he starts telling me his story. So see how we are talking and having a conversation. It's not it's not about just throwing the business out there. And we talk about just a couple messages, and then I told him uh, this, right? So, because he's into real estate, I told him I'm not involved with it, but some people in my community or in my team do real estate, right? So, and then, I'm building a community around creating online sources of income here in Kansas City. It would be nice to connect with you if you're open to knowing about it. What do you think? And then what did he say? Yeah, he said, okay, he said this, absolutely. I'd very much be open to it. Like, like digital marketing almost. And that's when I sent an audio and I just told him, hey, let's do something. Let's connect. I'll show you information. If you like it, awesome. If not, nothing wrong with that. And I explained to you over there because texting it doesn't make sense, right? So I pushed her in my business. Hey, let's show up. And then he said, absolutely, and so on, right? So it's we agreed to a time, and then next week he's gonna hopefully get started. So he already saw the information, already have his phone number, we already connected, and it's as easy as sending this message a few times to a few people. The more the better. Don't overdo it, or you get blocked by Facebook. But you guys get the point. Does that help? Let me know, guys, if that helps. And
Yeah,
that's
it's,
the
it's
last thing for
very
me.
non-confrontational as well. You're just reaching out and making new friends. That's it, and
Hmm.
that's how you really should go about it as well. It's great, great example there. But
Yeah, yeah, awesome. And then that allows you to build that type of friendship, to work with the people who are like-minded already, to present the business to the person that you really like, to filter and qualify people who would I work with this guy or not, depending on how he answers. I might choose not to even show him the business or the opportunity, or if I like the person, then I'll share with them, and that's how it goes. But anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure. Let me stop sharing over here. And awesome. I'm reading you guys. I appreciate you too, and I'm glad it was helpful. If you guys have any questions at any time, just let me know. I'm here for you, and I'm looking forward to doing another one of these. Just let me know if you have any other concerns or any other areas, and we can do another training about it. So, guys, from me, everything is done. So, thank you all.
thanks, Ricardo. Have a great day,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Yes, sir. See you guys.